let's talk about something more interesting, which is Irish music. Why would you learn to play Irish music? I mean, I know it's the sexiest thing that you've ever seen, a guy walking around with a penny whistle in his hand, or you should see me at the airport when I've got my accordion on my back. 5 million viewers, you run into people all the time. I was in the Denver airport, standing there in line, dressed like a normal person, not with this on. I've got my accordion, here we are, and I get pulled from behind. Rick, oh my God, turn around. You're the tin whistle priest. Like, yeah, bro, yeah. My girlfriend and I listened to you were in our bedroom. And because I have no filter, I'm like, oh my God, I'm like the music in adult films. I said, I'm just gone from being a priest to a soundtrack. This is like, no, we're learning your music. But, and then I get emails like, dear Father Ryan, could you play with your shirt off? I think I would learn better. I don't know how that ever could help. I would shower clothed if possible. But I mean, you get these absolutely crazy people who send you these messages. But what you find is 5 million people. Vietnam, huge tin whistle players. I've never been to Vietnam. I want to go. I just have this vision of like villages of people who play the tin whistle. It's kind of like a mission. I just want to go there and play, and people will come out and be my friend. But why do we learn? Why do kids, why do adults, why do people around the world want to learn Irish music or any music? Because you have seen someone play, you have heard someone's music, and you have been moved and somehow encouraged, finding the fearlessness to say, maybe I could do that too. No kid has ever started Irish music with the idea of reinventing the tradition of Irish music. But they do enter into playing, and they're given a seat at a very large, very interesting table where they can learn. Like there's some kids that I've gotten who are they go gangbusters. You get these like 8-year-olds who like pick their nose and play the tin whistle, and they're really good. And you teach them things, and their fingers move very quickly. And then you get kids who don't know, you're like, no, other left hand. No, left hand, no, that's like your foot. Like we need your left hand on the top. So what do? And then sometimes you have to cajole them, you play example pieces for them. So when I get a little kid who comes in to see me, a mommy is sitting like 5 feet away, and I'm like, okay, so do you know how to hold the tin whistle? Yes. Okay. Then they're like, no. Let's go to the back earlier. And we start with simple things, very simple things. And now I do that deliberately because then I can use my other hand, and I can play with 2 hands now, and I'm like doing it with the kid, and I put my hand on top, hand over hand type of teaching, with the mother watching, so that I can make sure the kid, mechanically does what I need him or her to do. And then I videotape it for them, and I give them a model to follow, and then I send them home. First I take the money from the parents, very much. This is Father's wine evening. And then I send them off, like, you go on now with yourself, and you come back next week, and we'll try it again. But part of the teaching is giving a witness. It is actually providing a concrete instance of what I have fallen in love with over these long years. I try to demonstrate to them what they could each week try to do. And so there's a course and sequence that is in play. I'm looking at my notes now because last night I had to think, how do I teach? What is the course and sequence that I use? Because it's so native to the way I do things. But think about it. If you've been teaching for a very long time, 2 or 3 years, you've taught the same course, you have presuppositions of how you're already approaching the class. Or you should. But how many times do we just sort of gloss over topics that we think, oh, they won't find this interesting, or I don't find it interesting, so they're not going to. Looking back on my own teaching as a musician, or even college instructions, being very deliberate, what are the mechanics that are necessary for this student to do well? So, it's not glamorous stuff. I mean, teaching, no, put your left, no, put your middle finger over that hole, no, it's still up, do it again, do it again, do it again. Play that again. Let me hear it one more time. When I teach, I'm like, one more time. I lie all day. Like, one more time. Just one more time. You get them to repeat, and repetition being the master teacher. You make distinctions between tunes. So, for instance, if I'm sitting with a kid, let's say a year in, and I'm preparing a kid for a competition, I'm going to teach him a jig, like a baby jig. Now, a year from that moment, that's what I want that to sound like with this little one. But what I have to start with is the basics. Starting with the basics, and making sure that the music itself, that the melody the kid is learning, is competently mastered. Strong foundation, we can build spectacular musical structures. These kids, and then I'm always amazed what kids can pick up or what they can do. I have this kid who, I don't think he has a human tongue. It's like a snake. It wraps all over the place, but he can do things like, as he plays, and you're like, wow, this is amazing. So week after week, kids come in, and so you build up. You teach them the jigs. So, and then what you need to do is start to get them like, okay, you're playing the notes. Now let's play with some rhythm. Let's draw you into the spirit of music. Because on the paper, it's deadly boring to do that for a while. So we let the spirit of music flow within them. And over time, they start to master these little pieces. As you start to ornament things, it's like, I don't know, going to Claire's Boutique at the mall. You start to put earrings and things in the hair, but all musically, to make it distinct and beautiful. And what, over the course of weeks, as you work with the kid, you're watching where the kid is succeeding. Hey, that was great, you did such a good job. And you let them fail. And that's the most important. I think music education is vital for any education, letting kids fail. I had lunch today with a young woman who's teaching at the University of Maryland, and she said that the hardest thing about teaching writing to her college kids is that they don't want to take a stand on anything, because they're afraid of offending or being wrong. What's great about teaching music, about playing on a sports team, is you're going to make mistakes, and you learn how to make spectacularly awesome mistakes. How to make a mistake and then say, oh, no one died, push on. Or a little kid in the middle of a performance. I had one kid who got up, our class recital in Boston, and he's up there, and you have to understand, like, his parents are both from Ireland. Dad's a bricklayer. I love the father. He's funny, but he's got a mouth on him. And so this cute little, like, curly-haired boy standing on the thing in his trousers and a little Irish sweater, and he was good. He was really good. And he was up there. Fat kid. Into the microphone, and all you could do was, go on again, no, no energy into the past, keep moving to the future. Being able to laugh at it, have fun with it. And so what ends up happening is, over those early lessons, maybe it's 2 years of lessons, you're giving the kid the equipment, practically, to play, to have mastery over an instrument, to know what Irish music is supposed to sound like, and it's your job to throw the flag when it's deranged, and you say, that is not Irish, that's like Austro-Syrian something that does not mean Irish at all. You teach them by encouraging, you teach them by cajoling, you teach them in order to gradually find a place within a larger Irish tradition. And then comes the magical night for Irish music teachers. I don't know about anyone. I don't know anything else. Recitals are fine. I get bored with them because you can only do so many. Kids are only cute for so long. And you're like, oh, okay, let the big kids, let the adults play. you take the kids to their first session. Have you ever been to a pub? Sessions are organic gatherings of Irish musicians. And, okay, like a Star Wars analogy, sometimes you go to these things, it's like that bar in the first Star Wars at Mos Eisley, where every freak in the universe has shown up. I've been at those, and you bring the kids in, and you sit them down with you, and you let them play with others. And it's magical to watch how older musicians, accomplished musicians, melt when little ones come in, little ones who want to play. Because they know these great artists. I mean, if you know Irish music, like Joni Madden or Eileen Eilers, local Brian Holleran, who's my brother-in-law, the Kilroys, you bring little kids in, and they're like, oh yeah, dude, come on. And wherever that kid is, they get drawn up into the melody, however well they can play or however poorly, but they're drawn up into something much bigger than themselves. And all of a sudden you've got little tin whistle players and fiddle players and a banjo player and 48 drum players who should be playing with knives in their hands. So then we're down to one drum player. Like the accordion kids are playing. And all of a sudden, it's not a competition of who can be the loudest or who can be the best. It becomes a congress of everyone trying to work together, each one complementing and exploring that musical space that we're creating. But that's how we're supposed to create academic classroom environments, isn't it? To find a way that each kid, each student who has found his or her own voice, who is confident, having made mistakes, having grown in thinking, to be confident enough playing the melody, playing within a tradition, to take a stand on it, knowing that we don't have to play the same notes the same way, we don't have to do everything identically, we don't have to play the same instrument, but we can play together and create music out of it. And I think that's as educators, as Jesuit educators, just human beings, it's the lesson we need to learn most. How do we play together? Recognizing that we don't play the same instrument, we don't play the tunes the same way. But we can teach one another, we can teach our students to do this in concert with one another.